Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way today for your Watford versus Crystal Palace match preview. As per usual with our match previews, we are joined by the guy out in the Netherlands, and he goes by the name of Brendan. Brendan, firstly, congratulations because you got your score prediction correct. You must be absolutely buzzing with that.
Yeah, I think it was for the first time, isn't it, that I got a
Yeah,
score
I think so.
prediction
Yeah,
right on my side. 1-0. I said it before. I think I set a goal from Ismail Assar. Okay, that was not right. It was Emmanuel Dennis. But you know what? That goal scorer, they can take it. They can take it from me. But I get the 1-0. I get the right decision. So yeah, lovely. Yeah, feels good. Finally.
feels good. And Brendan, obviously our first win since that game in November that you come to, the famous Manchester United 4-1 win. How good does it feel to have finally won a game, Brendan? Because I think it's been over 3 months since Watford last won a Premier League football match.
Yeah, so good, mate. I think the last time we've got a bit of that feeling was against Newcastle, where we take the Eagle Eyes in the very last minutes with João Pedro. I think that was one of our of our feelings, like more like a win. You know, it was not like it wasn't a win, but it feels like a win afterwards. But yeah, wins feels like lovely, isn't it? So yeah, if you win one time, the team can grow in that win. The supporters grow in that win. So hopefully we go on and take a win over Crystal Palace, of course.
And one more question about the game, Brendan, because obviously we do have to touch on the last result because it was such a good result for Watford. Great goal by Emmanuel Dennis. Imran Luzon did really well, driving up the pitch, passed it to Sarr. Sarr with a fantastic cross, and Dennis, heads over Ashley Young into the back of the net. Brendan, how good was that goal, and how good has Emmanuel Dennis been this season? Because he's been on a bit of a tough run lately, but great goal by Emmanuel Dennis, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's talk about that chance first. That was a great chance as well. That he got the ball from Ismail Assar. He had to run down from the midfield down to the goalie, go into the inside and take it on his right foot. But what a lovely save from Martinez from Aston Villa there. We have to say that. But that was a great run, and then you can think in that early stage of the game, he can take on more chances. And what you say, that goal was great. He was on the right position. That ball, that cross, that was a good cross. Actually, that was one of the best crosses I saw in the last weeks. Apart from that one that João Pedro gets against Newcastle, finally good cross again, and a very good goal from Emmanuel Dennis, and a lovely thing. I think we started on the left side, as you said, with 3 passes in there, and we came out under the pressure and bring it back to the right side, and that's very good as well. Yeah, lovely cross and a lovely goal from Dennis. And what, as you said, he was not in the run of form last week's because the AFCON. I can't keep it apart from each other because the AFCON, and now he's back on running form for Watford. I think, yeah, he can bring us more happiness than he did last week's.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And hopefully Dennis can of course keep up this run of scoring goals, and hopefully Ismail Assar can contribute more as well, because I don't think it's any coincidence that the last win was when Ismail Assar played, and Ismail Assar started this game. Great cross for Dennis, and we won again. So great to see Sarr back performing. Great to see Dennis back scoring as well. But we're not here to discuss the Aston Villa game. We are here to discuss the Crystal Palace game. Brendan, obviously, it is Roy Hodgson's former club. Do you think that's going to be an advantage to Watford? Because Roy Hodgson, obviously, he managed them players just, I think, about a year and a half ago, didn't he? And, Roy Hodgson, must know, tactically how some of these players play. Will Hughes coming back to Watford as well. It's quite a big game, actually. Wilfried Zaha as well to add into the mix. So, and obviously, you've got the rivalry as well between the two clubs. So there's quite a lot at play in this fixture, isn't there?
Yeah, there are a bit of rivalry, of course. I think one of my first game at good evening, Ben, of course. But one of my first games at the Vicarage Road was in the Premier League that time. We played against Crystal Palace. I think we lost one goal to nil from a penalty. But yeah, as you said, if you play against Palace, it's always tough. It's always tough, and it's always rivalry. And and as you said, yeah, Roy Hodgson works there before, but I don't know if that's an advantage. To be honest with you, I think it's different time, different places on the table as well. So I don't think it's a big a big advantage for Watford. And yeah, you mentioned there Bill Hughes going to Crystal Palace. I think I hope we can bring him some pain this weekend. Yeah, we all loved him at this Watford time, but why you go to Crystal Palace? Come on, So hopefully we can bring him some pain this time. Hopefully Ben Foster can do that, so we can see that on the vlog, because we know they love each other. And Wilfried Zaha, I think we have to be Kamara on his side or something like that, and let him bit annoying, let him bit annoying on his defender, and then he's gonna make a strange thing in mind, and he can do strange things and can pick up a yellow card early or something like that. We have to run him out of the game, and that can be quite easy if you put Kamara on him or something like that. Just put him out of the game very soon.
Yeah, I agree, Brendan. I just want Vicarage Road to be, a really, really hostile atmosphere, because, we have beat Crystal Palace before. I think we beat them a couple of times in the past, actually. I remember going away to Crystal Palace. I think Tom Cleverley scored I think it's like a volley in the top corner. It was such scenes. And, hopefully we can, replicate that on Wednesday, because the implications, if we do win, Brendan, are massive, because yes, we got the win against Aston Villa, but if we then beat Crystal Palace, suddenly the gap between us and the other teams like Everton, Leeds, Brentford, that gap is so small, and we're dragging them teams back into the relegation battle with the likes of Watford, Burnley, Norwich. Would you take a draw on Wednesday? Because I do think a draw would be a decent result, but obviously in terms of relegation battle and trying to get out of the relegation zone, I think a win is vital, Brendan.
Will I take a draw, James? No, I never will take a draw in this game. Never. You saw Burnley winning last time. You saw Norwich giving Liverpool a quite good game.
Norwich went ahead in the Liverpool game.
Yeah, they were 1-0 up, so they give them a quite good game. So we have to be aware that those teams getting maybe in a bit good of run of form. For example, Burnley getting in a good run of form, and we have to win this game. If we win this game, we still have that game against Wolves in hand. So yeah, this will be an important win, and then win that we can take, because Crystal Palace is one tier lower than Aston Villa in the table at the moment. Their run of form is a bit the same as Aston Villa. So yeah, we have to take them on, and we have to try to get a win at home on Vicarage Road under the lights. Harry the Hornet is there, so Zaha will be not happy this time. Roy Hodgson will be happy with Harry the Hornet. I think Roy have to take Harry the Hornet into the dressing room, say to Harry the Hornet, you are the man to take out Zaha tonight, because we all knew what happened a few years ago when we take the win over Palace, I think, at home. So yeah, a bit of fun, of course, but yeah, I think we have to win this game. I don't take a draw. Well, I would take a draw instead of losing, of course, but get a win. Come on, guys.
I know you're a positive guy, Brendan. You always want the 3 points. You mentioned Crystal Palace's form there, Brendan. And before I come on the stream, I just made a note of their recent form and how they've kind of been doing. And actually, Crystal Palace have been on quite a poor run of form. They've not actually won a Premier League game since December. So we're in mid-February now, and Crystal Palace have actually not won a Premier League game since the end of December, which I found quite fascinating. And their only 2 wins come in the FA Cup against Millwall and Hartlepool. So actually, Brendan, looking at Crystal Palace's form, I think they've drawn 2 or 3 games, but they've not actually won since December. So surely that gives you, a bit more optimism going into this game, because at Aston Villa, before we played them, that they are also on quite a poor run of form as well. Yeah.
If you keep those run of forms, against each other, they look quite eager on each other. Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, and we did it away from home. that's good, of course. That's a bit of Watford way, because I think the time that we play in the Championship, there was a time for since 20 years that we play so good at home, because there were no fans. Very strange, but you know what I mean. But I will mention one more player of the Palace team squad. I don't know if he's in the squad this Wednesday, if he got booked or something like that. But Olise,
Yes,
the right midfielder, he done so well against Millwall, and we don't have to forget Millwall played that game very well. They were a good squad at that time.
yeah. I think me and you watched that at the same time. I remember me and you actually talking about that, and he does find the top corner with some of his shots. He's really clinical, and I'm surprised he's not really. I think he's a fantastic player, and I think when Wilfried Zaha does go on to leave Crystal Palace. I do think Olise will probably step up and take his place, because they are very similar players, aren't they?
Yeah. He's Olise is more a midfielder. He can play from the midfield and in the attack, but as you saw against Millwall, he's done so well. He gives that cross passes, and he's been terrific that game. So keep your eyes on him. So he will be difficult to defend, I think. But as you said, the run of form of Crystal Palace, playing a draw against Brighton, lost against Liverpool, draw against.
They only just lost against Chelsea, but they did obviously lose against Chelsea, but only just.
Yeah, but they draw against teams like Brighton, Norwich, and Brentford. So if you look to the league table, most likely, if you have to place a bet on a draw, because that will be the most likely for them. But I think the winning mood will be in the Watford squad, and we will have that. Dennis is back. Sharp Pedro will let's see his tactical things, hopefully, and we have Ismail Assar, and we saw that in the last game against Aston Villa.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought Ismail Assar was superb against Aston Villa. Some of the runs he made, some of the passes he made, he's just absolutely superb. And I think Ismail Assar is probably his Champions League quality for me. I think at the end of the season he will go on to a bigger club. I'd expect maybe Liverpool, because they'll probably sell Roberto Firmino. Liverpool might go in for Ismail Assar. I think that's something to keep an eye on. Maybe Manchester United, because I know them two clubs were linked with him in previous transfer windows. You mentioned João Pedro there. Obviously, Brendan, he apparently does have a minor knock at the moment. There's apparently going to be a fitness test before this Crystal Palace game to determine whether Pedro can feature or not. I think Juraj Kucka is having a fitness test as well, but I don't really care too much about him. I think we're by far a better team without Kucka playing. But João Pedro is a very important player, Brendan. Is very, in recent weeks, he's been very important to our attack. I know Roy Hodgson hasn't seemed to have fancied him from the start since he's been here, but under Xisco and under Claudio Ranieri especially, I thought João Pedro was fantastic, and he's obviously going to go and be a fantastic player. So how important for you, is João Pedro in this game if he does play, and how important is he for the rest of the season?
João Pedro, if you look to as defender and you see João Pedro on the squad list of Watford, you think, oh no, it's a day like that. He's that technical. He can run from the inside to the outside to the inside. It's a typical Brazilian player, and that's what I love to see. He's so good in runs from the midfield onto the box, and he can create his own chances. So that's the best of João Pedro, and I hope Roy Hodgson will use him a bit more, because he can bring us a lot of fun on Vicarage Road and in away games. When we play 4-4-2. He's the one. He's the one came from the midfield and run into scoring position. So, for me, he's one of the best that we can have.
Absolutely, and he does remind me of Richarlison, obviously because of that Brazilian connection. But actually, watching Richarlison in person and watching João Pedro in person, I think João Pedro is by far the better player. And if Everton swapped Richarlison with João Pedro, I think João Pedro will go on to have a much better career than Richarlison has done so far. So it's good that he's tied down to a long contract. I believe he's on a deal until 2027. I think Adam Leventhal confirmed that a few months ago, but obviously Watford never announce anything these days, so it's not been officially confirmed. But from what we've been reading, we do believe João Pedro was given a contract until 2027, which for Watford, obviously, secures his transfer value if we was to sell him on. doing a starting 11 prediction now, Brendan. Obviously, we did switch the 4-3-3 system against Aston Villa, which is, I think, what we both wanted. I don't think we particularly liked the 4-4-2 against Brighton, West Ham and Burnley. I think it was quite negative. So to see Roy switch the 4-3-3 against Aston Villa, I was really, really happy with that, because I do think it, benefits the players we've got. Is Myler Sarr, King, Pedro, Cucho, Samuel Kalu's yet to kick a ball yet. We'll discuss it maybe in another stream. But in terms of your starting 11, Brendan, and the players you'd like to see included, how would you line up against Crystal Palace?
I think all that changed a lot. Maybe if Shaq Pedro is fit enough, maybe get him on for Sissoko, but that's a difficult one. Well, I think I will start like this with Dennis on the sides, King in the mid, and Sarr on the right side. And hopefully Sissoko will get his feet in the right position to get a goal, because I saw that right run. Come on. Okay, I played last weekend a game. It was like this. I shoot like this, like Sissoko did. It's Sunday League. It's a Sunday League shot, That one must be go between the two posts there. So hopefully.
So, before you move on, Brendan, focusing a bit more on that opportunity you're talking about with Sissoko. I think Sissoko is a fantastic player, but you must agree that when he gets into them positions in the final third, or when he's got a pass to make, he isn't very good in the attacking third, is he?
He has a good header. That's what he have. But to finish goals like that, no, he's not the best. He's not the best in that. You have two options. Just shoot it into the far corner and try to get a goal, or brings it into the feet of Emmanuel Dennis. He can tip it in like that. So you have two options, and I think he was in his mind with that two options, and he takes the wrong one. So that is.
I can't even remember. Did he hit the target, or was it just wide? I think it was just wide, wasn't it?
Well, it's such a side net. He hit the side net. So I think he tried the middle one, but unfortunately it didn't go in. But yeah. You have to score things like, or you'll give it assist, or you score that one as a player. Sissoko, you have that much of game time in his mind, in his body. You have to know what to do, and he did the wrong thing. But at the end of the night, we don't care because Dennis was there. But Sissoko, if you are in front of the goal, if you watch this, just take it easy, mate. Just take the right decision. And you can celebrate it with your Watford way, the Watford end, or the Watford Vicarage Road Stadium.
Dear. Yeah, I do agree though. I think he does have to obviously be more clinical in front of goal. I think that's probably Sissoko's weakest point of his game. I think in midfield he's strong, he's physical, he wins the ball back, he drives forward. He's your classic box-to-box midfielder, isn't he, Moussa Sissoko? However, I think at Newcastle and when he was at Tottenham as well, I think a lot of their fans had the same issues as we do, where every time he had a shot, it would go 30, 40 yards over the bar. He's obviously 32 years old, I think, Sissoko, so I doubt it. Go on, Brendan.
Well, James, I think he did that as well in the Newcastle game. He was a big opportunity as well.
Yeah, he did.
And that could be the win for us. So Sissoko, come on, you have to do something on your finishes. But you're 32 already, so maybe you heard it more than us right now. But what says he's a good box to box, but his finishing is a 4 out of 10.
3 out of 10, 2 out of 10. He's not scored a goal, Brendan.
Well, he's have a header that sometimes he scores about that. So I give him a bit of more numbers than you give him. But yeah, give him the 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I think it's just an overall issue within our team. I think you look at Manchester United and Manchester City, and a lot of their goals come from midfield, whereas we're so reliant on Joshua King, Ismaila Sarr, Emmanuel Dennis. I think other players, do need to start contributing to goals. Cleverly went close against Aston Villa, unfortunately. He couldn't score, but I do think from midfield, especially with Louisa playing, Sissoko having these opportunities, we do need to start, contributing a bit more from from the area of the pitch. But we are coming towards the end of this stream now. Brendan said make sure it's 20 minutes, James. So I have made sure it is 20 minutes. Score prediction time, Brendan. Obviously, last time out against Aston Villa, you got your score prediction bang on. Obviously, you got the scorer wrong, but we'll ignore that. You got the actual prediction right. So I hope you're going to get it right again, Brendan, because you do seem to, possess this magic power where you predict something and it happens. So Brendan, Crystal Palace, Wednesday, under the lights, Vicarage Road, great atmosphere. Wilfried Zaha, Harry the Hornet, Will Hughes, Watford win, surely.
Okay, I go. Well, I see that Crystal Palace didn't score in the last 2 games, so we keep a clean sheet.
Okay.
And I think I go for a cheeky 1-0 again. We're gonna get this, and probably the goal scorer this time will be Joshua King. Yeah, he will do it. Yeah, our Norwegian star. He will doubt it. And it will be a goal from a corner, something like that. And we take it already in the 35 minutes, something like that. I hope so.
Okay.
So we have to hold on a very long time, that 1-0 lead. But we, as Watford supporters, will help them. We're banging them from the Sir Elton John stand, from the family stand, from the Rookery end. So, yeah, we do it together, the team, the supporters, Roy, Harry, Mr. Elton John, of course. Everyone will be.
I think Elton John's in America actually doing his tour, Brendan.
Well, he will help us, mate. He will banging us as well in America or in South Africa.
Brendan, by the way, have you brought an Elton John ticket? Are you planning to come over to Watford to watch Elton? Because
well, unfortunately, a lot of high prices and too high for me to go. So yeah, unfortunately not. But well, if you have a cheap ticket, get in by DM. But yeah, I say 1-0 to Watford, James. And as I said, we have to do it with all of us, supporters, team, Harry and Roy. We can do this. Come on, you horns. And up to you, mate. What's your score prediction?
Thank you, Brendan. I appreciate that. Right. So, score prediction time. See, I'm feeling the pressure now, Brendan, because you got your last one right. I don't know. Do you think so? We'll keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
I don't want to go the same as you because I think that would be cheating a little bit. So I'm going to go 2-0 to Watford. I'll stay with Joshua King like you did, but I'll also go with Ismaila Sarr as well. So Joshua King, Ismaila Sarr, 2-0 to Watford. And then suddenly the relegation battle is looking a lot better than it did a couple of games ago. Brendan, before we head off, obviously you run the Watford FC Netherlands supporters group. I think you posted an Instagram story today actually of a couple of supporters from your group. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and where people can find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Watford FC the Netherlands on Instagram, and you can DM us if you have any questions about us. But what we do is like connecting Dutch supporters of Watford with each other, get to talk about games, get to talk about players and things like that. Unfortunately, we started in the COVID years, so we try to get our first meeting anywhere this year, and we bring Dutch Hornets to our games, away and home games. So I think we sent already 3 times some guys to a Watford game. So yeah, that's lovely to see. Bring the guys to Watford, give them the match day experience together with Watford FC. Thank you, Watford FC, for that. So yeah, just follow us on Instagram and we keep you up to date on game days as well.
Good stuff, Brendan. Thank you for coming on. Much appreciated. Of course, you can follow the Watford Way on our social medias down in the description down below. Very simple, at the Watford Way on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'll be back on Thursday, probably for a Crystal Palace match reaction. And then we're looking ahead to Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo. That's on Saturday, and I believe we'll be doing a watch along for that game as well. So you can join me on Saturday for a Manchester United match watch along. But once again, I really do appreciate you coming on, Brendan, and I appreciate all the viewers watching. And I'll see you very, very soon. Hopefully, Watford can pick up the win against Crystal Palace. Bye-bye.